Divine Masculine tip number 2. The importance for males to understand the difference between overt communication, which is very masculine, and covert communication, which is very feminine, and that the Divine Masculine has to master. Ok, prends un break.
Ouais, c'est un beau feu. Mais c'est à peu près tout ce qu'on peut filmer. Hein.
Tu veux que je fasse fort? Tu vas voir la lumière.
Que la lumière fume, man.
J'arrive. J'ai une petite vidéo. Wow. Ça va être pour un petit montage YouTube. Kristen, t'es là? Je veux voir ta face.
Hello.
Face, yeah. Je vais aller un peu plus loin, filmer ma vidéo. Vous pouvez manger des chips en attendant. Je vous aime.
Ils sont pas de quoi
Okay. Wow. What a day yesterday at the river. What a night. We changed location. We did a healing ceremony. And it was with my brother this time, that is back from Panama, that I didn't see him in about a year and a half. Powerful healing. He was ready to release, and we introduced him for the first time to herb medicine, and there was a lot to it, so more to come on that. It's not a topic of the day. So the topic today is overt versus covert communication. We'll just try to find a spot for the wind. Okay, here, like that. Try to have a good sound. So here should be good. Okay, so overt and covert communication. So the download I had for the next video was to talk about overt and covert communication. So like I said, overt communication is what males know by default, and covert communication is more what females understand, like at a very deep level by default. So females are very, very strong with covert communication, and what I feel like the gap between the males and females in this realm right now that we're working on to heal and to close the gap and build some bridges. So for the men here that are on their path, either like to become alpha or from alpha to divine masculine, so all the males that are on their path that are resonating with this transmission, what I want to express is the importance for you to understand covert communication. So I don't have all the nuts and bolts on that, and I'm very curious to have the take of the love beings on this one. So I will just say what I have to say on that, and after that we'll get the take from the love beings on this to go like to the source of that topic, since the love beings speak on the behalf of source itself. So very grateful to have them in the team to help with those videos. So on my path to master the feminine, because for those who are new to me, long story short, I used to have big struggles with the feminine, with females, like as a teenager, to be happy to be friend zoned by females, just to have a chance to get closer to them and maybe have a chance with them for more, like for romantic stuff and all that, without many success, while they were getting with the bad boys and back to me to cry on my shoulders. So I managed to reverse that reality after my divorce about 5 years ago, that I started that journey, more or less. So I understood things, I found some books and got some knowledge, and I went to practice in the field, and I really managed to invert my reality to a point where I was able to cold approach random sexually attractive woman, get a good vibe going, good contact, get their number, go to a date, and from being friend zoned to being literally like pulled by the woman. All that to say that males, very important to understand the covert communication, what it is and why is it important to understand that. Because males, we speak directly, like, okay, this, bam bam bam, to the point. Females, they hate that. They like more we'll let the love being explain that in more details. Yes, covert communication has to be mastered by the divine masculine in order to have a much better outcome and a smoother process with the relationship with women. Not only for that, but all the leaders understand covert communication. Businessmen, which is like leaders in the military, the elite language, and now the channeling that I have. Now it's not just with the love beings, but with many other beings. It's getting more and more covert, and there's a reason for that. And I will let the love beings explain that. But I just want to express the point and bring to your attention that just for you to connect some dots to understand the difference between overt and covert communication, the importance for the male to understand what it is and to start to work on that.
Love and light?
Okay, love and light. So we are now with the Niama in order to do the channeling to ask the perspective of the love beings on that very important topic. I got that download like I said previously about that topic. And but first I would like to have Niama's perspective on covert and overt communication. So what do you have to say about that in a nutshell?
Well, I think that covert,
Yeah.
communication is key. And I don't believe that many men out there get this portion of communication, which will create a lot of friction, and because that's the language that the women speak. So I just think that it's a
must.
It's a must, and it's lacking.
Yeah, it's lacking
in
big
today's
time. Yes.
world.
Yes. So yeah. So like I previously explained, like I said, it's more for like the divine masculine. When they get into like for business leaders, they all need to understand that big time, because when it's just overt and when a female speak to you overtly, usually it's not the best. It's when she's very upset. So do you resonate with that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So when you reach that direct communication point with a man, it's like because he's not getting it, and it's like it's not where the woman prefers to be, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah. So okay. So thank you for your perspective on that. And now I want to dive deeper and ask the love beings what is their take on that from higher realms, like why, and like I explained also previously in the video, because now we are Tuesday, I started to shoot that video on Saturday. So even the channelings that we're getting now from new like other beings and all that, it's getting more and more covert.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. Even for us, like the message we receive are more and more covert, and there's a reason for that. So I just want to bring more light on that.
Yes, it's important.
Yeah, very important. So yeah, so
I think the gold is in the covert.
the gold is in the
Covered.
in the sheets.
Yeah. Under the sheet.
Under the cover.
Not on.
Yeah.
Under.
Yeah. So that being said, let's get ready and dive in.
Yeah.
Good. So we'll just get ready.
Love and light.
Love and light. Are we with the love beings?
Yes.
Grateful for your presence for this YouTube video. That's my first questions for you for that video. So yes, I am shooting a video because I got the calling for my second divine masculine mindset tip, which is number 2 now, to talk about overt and covert communication, which I consider to be very, very important for males to understand, not only to improve their outcome with the woman, but in many other aspects of their life, if they are planning to have businesses or even like in wars, or it is a huge topic, and I don't pretend to understand all the nuts and bolts of that topic, myself. I just know how key it is. But the reason of addressing this question to you is to get your perspective on that subject. So, what do you have to tell to the YouTube audience about this topic?
What it is that you want to know?
The importance for males about like to better understand the covert communication compared to overt communication, which covert is much more feminine and overt much more masculine. And it's not all the males that understand that key information.
The importance of understanding communication between humans is crucial. You see the males, we say all thing that lives must understand each other. Covert communication is for all that exist, all that existed, and all that will ever exist. Covert communication is the communication of Mother Earth. Mother Earth doesn't speak, she shows you. Mother Earth doesn't scream, she shows you. She doesn't have to use words. She communicates with your body and you receive the message. Key element to become a master, balance master. The female must learn things as well. In the masculine field, the problem with the society today is that humans are imbalanced. They've been taught that a male is a male and a female is a female. But the truth is that within both male and female, there needs to be a balance of the polarities, which will create a human that will easily maneuver in your reality. Without this balance, maneuvering can be exhausting. The importance for male. In your country, in the popular society, they say for a good reason, happy wife, happy life. It's not that everything is about the wife. It's about communication. When you can keep a woman happy and safe, there is something that you have understand. You understand the power of your words, of your actions. Therefore, you create a more solid society and you create a more solid family. Because the female will feel secure and the male will feel in control. If you don't apply or understand this type of communication, you will most likely be sad and frustrated because communication won't be able to blossom. Communication won't be able to blossom.
I highly resonate with that, and and like I mentioned to the audience before, even the channeling that we receive now from different beings, it's getting more and more covert. Even the knowledge that we're receiving is being taught to us in a covert way. So, is a question that I have: is it? I guess it's a better way to teach, to like the Socratic method. Is that for that to let the student find the answer by themselves just by giving breadcrumbs? So what's the purpose of getting more covert in the teachings that we are receiving?
When you give a teaching that is too straightforward, you're not letting enough space for the free will. The person or the being that is receiving the knowledge have to apply as is, because it is the only way to apply it, because this is exactly what you're gonna get and this is exactly how it's gonna feel, and you have to start with that and then you end with something else, and then at the end you will have the result that you want. This is a highly controlled way of teaching others. When you let others come to their own conclusion, you give them a lot more love, a lot more space. They have the free will to choose. And in that manner, the master teacher will see what type of heart you have. If you have a darker heart, you will take the knowledge and turn it into something dark. But if you are light, you will take the knowledge and turn it into more light. So not only does this method teaches the student how to think for itself, but it also shows the teacher what type of student he has in front of him or her. This method will reveal the truth that lays within oneself. This is why this method is used. Because knowledge can be shared and can get into the bad or the less harmonious ends. And when that happened, you see the result. So letting people choose for themselves and letting the free will maneuver itself back into alignment with the truth of your being, the truth is revealed. Who you are is revealed. Not only knowledge. Knowledge is dead if it's used to destroy or in a selfish way. But knowledge will blossom when it's used for love and for harmony.
Grateful for your input. Yeah, so it's always a blessing and an honor to go deeper into those topics with you, to get the deeper perspective. And I previously said that overt was more for males and covert more like feminine, but I agree that it's for like everything. But why would you say that males use by default more overt communication and females by default more covert communication, like according to their preference in general, if we look at it on a broader way like that?
Is that a question?
Yes, it is. I want to know why is that? Like, what is your perspective on that? Why males speak more directly and females more indirectly?
Males have more fire within them. It's a more fiery element. Fire burns. the fire is strong, upfront. It's the element within you that is pushing you towards that type of speech. Also, you have to understand the history of humanity. The male were out there fighting and putting their self on the line. They didn't have time for covert communication. If there is a lion behind you, you must use overt, and you must spit it out as fast as you can. There is no time to say, we think that behind you might be something. If you look around you, you might see something. No time for that. It's fast. On the other hand, the women were always in a safer environment than the male. Most of the time. In most time. So they were more relaxed, and they were the teacher to teach the kids how to grow and be strong and be wise and be good. She is a born teacher. The male is a provider, a protector, different role to create harmony. Teaching. When teach with love, you allow the other to choose for themselves. This is love teaching. This is why you see more this balance within the male and the female, within them. This is really simple knowledge.
Historical habits.
Also the program.
The program, yeah.
The program that has been fed into you. But the truth is that the real program, or the better program, the best, would be balanced.
Yeah, to reach that balance between overt and covert communications.
Same for women.
Yes.
You cannot always speak your truth in light language.
Yeah.
You have to express yourself for others to understand you more properly. But the emotion within the female always push her towards going slower and being more careful with the words that she chooses. It's her nature to be more careful. On the other hand, the man is used to confront things. You see.
Yeah. Yeah, so
balance is key.
So to conclude, it's always about balance, and the intention of that video was to explain more to the divine masculine, like the importance for them to understand the covert communication, but in fact it's for everyone. Usually even the feminine has to understand better the overt communication and use it.
She understands it, she has to use it more.
Yeah.
It's upfront, overt. You don't have to understand it.
Yeah, that's easy to understand. So
it's open,
yeah.
it's the light.
Yeah, so it's more for the males to understand the covert. There's a bigger challenge there.
You have to understand the light and the dark, the female or the darkness. They are mystery.
Yeah.
They are slow. You go slow in the dark, you don't want to trip. In the daylight, you see everything, and then you run your way to where you're going. Different type of being deserves different type of speech pattern.
And
but both need to work on.
Yeah. And
back and forth.
And how is it in higher realms? Let's see, in your dimension, the ninth. Do you just use telepathy, or what kind of communication? Overt, covert, light language, telepathy? What do you have to say about the language at the level you're at?
There is no need for language from where we are. We understand colors. We understand light. We understand energy. We are energy. When you become energy, words are just slowing you down. Have you ever realized that your thoughts go faster than your speech. And in your thoughts, everything is clear. But when you're trying to explain it, the words are not as fluid. Word speech is slow. It's slow. Telepathy is direct and fast. When you transmute words, you become telepathic. And then you understand automatically, which is why we never judge others, because we understand the whole process that the mind goes through, which is what you would say a feminine trait. But this is something that all must learn to become the greatest version of themselves.
Thank you very much for your input on this. Do you have any final words to tell to the audience about that topic?
Joy.
Joy. So grateful love beings. So that's it for this video. And now, like I mentioned, I have a list of questions for you, which is not related to this video. So I'll just stop this recording and address those questions to you. So I just want to thank you all, to those who are watching my videos. Being a content creator like that is new to me. I've been in engineering all my life, manufacturing products, designing and manufacturing products all my life, very left brain. But now as I'm healing, I'm able to be more balanced and to follow my bliss, which is to create those videos. And each and every single one of them helped me a lot, because I have to face some fears and some insecurities. And this is what Ascension is all about. As soon as you have a fear, you go into it and you face it and you overcome it, and then it brings you to the next level. So this is another hack to evolve very, very fast in this Ascension process, to face all your fears one after the other. So many star seeds that I'm in touch with, they resonate a lot with our messages, but are still like too shy to shine their light publicly like I am doing right now. So I just want to express the fact that I know that down the road many starseeds will start to speak and to be seen like I'm doing by their family, by their friends and all that, and to be public. And this is perfect. That's a shortcut for your own ascension, is if you resonate with doing that. So if you have the calling to do this, just grab your phone, speak to the camera, face your fear, and it's just blessings on the other side. So thank you very much for this video, to follow me in this adventure. We're just getting started here with our tribe. We have many projects. We have 1,000 video coming. We're just getting started and we're building the new earth. So some of us have to take action, and this is what we are doing. We are just taking action every single day to bring into reality and to anchor the higher vibration and to build a new earth in order to replace the old system, the old matrix. So when I speak like that, matrix, it's a form of covert communication. When like doing those videos, I have to speak very covertly. It's very important, because I don't want to trigger anything, any AI that could block my videos. And everybody that are on social media that are at that level understand what I am talking about. So another example where covert communication is key is for me to be able to speak like that. I have to speak covertly. So I have my YouTube channel where I have to be careful, my Instagram, but I have a BitChute backup channel. So go see the link below and just go subscribe there. Take the link somewhere, because if anything happened to this YouTube channel or my Instagram or anything, BitChute is reliable. And I will also use BitChute down the road to create exclusive video where I will be able to speak overtly without being worried about any kind of algorithms or any bullshit like that. So that's another very important point. So thank you very much, guys, Starseeds, ladies and gentlemen. More to come. I love you all. And I follow my bliss. Doing these videos is my new bliss for now. So always follow your bliss and have gratitude. And this is the shortcut to heaven.